Is that we do gently do exercise simply to prepare us for meditation. So that's all I'm doing. I'm taking my mask off so you see the theory without the microphone. And it is as simple as this. Would you like to stand up your shoulders, then back to us?
Good evening and good day, everyone. In order to let us hear more clearly, I ask you that I take off my mask. But please, if you feel free, you can put it on. You don't have to follow me, okay? All right, thank you very much, everyone, for coming today. And I have assuming the weather is changed and the sun begin to set slower than before. So it is a good time for us to not only just enjoy inner peace time, we also have more time to go back, drive safely tonight as well. And today I have prepared some good analogy that can be improving our mind quality and also meditation progress. What is gonna be like? Well, at the very least, you know the topic already. If you're looking at the screen, the taste of a chili. Does anyone has ever tried chili before? It tastes good, right? Well, what is gonna be like? Maybe after our meditation, we're gonna be talking about that. However, if there are any questions or anything in regard of our session or about meditation or even meditation experience that you like to share, please feel free to ask after our session. Okay? However, before I begin, is there anyone who is new to meditation today that need me to properly introduce how to meditate before we're gonna begin? Well, I just see the regular. So there are no one new. Then I think maybe we should just go on and meditate. Good? However, today I don't have any fancy video things to put along with. Maybe just with the silence should be enough. However, if there's some silence that could sometimes make you feel unfamiliar, at the very least, if you feel your mind trouble, what you can do is open your eye first. When you are feeling more calm, close it down. This can help you, I would say, cut the process of thinking. How do you know when to open your eyes? This is the tip. Well, simply, if you feel emotion arise or you feel struggle, like for example, when it's gonna be over. If this thought come, isn't this too long for me? If this come, open your eyes because you begin to struggle. Meditation is supposed to be with easy and ease. If you don't feel ease and you don't feel easy, you feel difficult, that's a sign. Open your eyes. All right? And so, when do you need to close your eyes again? When you feel more calm down and close it down. Okay? But if you still struggle, what to do? Looking at the screen or looking at the Buddha or looking at the crystal ball, make your mind shift your focus from trying too hard. The thing that makes us struggle is we trying too hard, and that's not the way. Okay? The only way to help you progress is at ease, relax, and easy. Good? Then let us begin our inner peace time, everyone. All right. So let's close our eyes and relax the mind and body. Adjusting yourself, sitting in a relaxed and comfortable position where you won't feel any tension on your body. Relax truly by scanning yourself. Check and see if there are any tension that need to be adjusted. So you may adjust and begin your meditation. Let us relax from the top of our head Relax down to forehead, eyebrows, eyelids. If you feel that your eyelids are too heavy, reopen your eyes and close it down gently. Leave some room for the light, not shutting your eye tight, just enough as you are about to rest or falling asleep. Then make your face feeling soft, your head feeling light. Continue further down to your neck and shoulder. Adjusting your back, your body, free from all the tension that may arise. Then relax both of your arms down to the tips of your hands. And relax your abdomen, allowing yourself breathing more easily. Continue further down to your legs, your knees, all the way to your feet completely. Making your whole body feeling most comfortable for your meditation. Spending these few moments adjusting yourself, finding the balance in your relaxation. If you have found or have done correctly, you would feel or be content in this position without adjusting any further. It is very important at the beginning to find your balance. And when you are done, let's move on to adjust the mind. To adjust our mind, let's begin by take a deep breath. Slowly breathing out. Relax and clear your thoughts every time while you're breathing out. And bring the mind, your awareness, your attention back to yourself while you breathe in. Then slowly rest the mind inside your body at any point that you feel comfortable. Could be at anywhere, like on your forehead your chest or your abdomen, but make sure that you are still relaxed without forcing your mind. So resting the mind gently, like a feather floating down onto the surface of water, lightly and making no sound. Same thing with the mind. Gently rest inside yourself. Then begin to observe and maintain the mind from this point. Adjusting the mind by imagine that yourself is alone in this place, somewhere that you enjoy and feel comfortable to be alone, like in the garden or on top of a mountain, feeling refreshed, relaxed, calm, yet comfortable at that place where you enjoy being with yourself. Letting the mind stay and find its freedom. The mind enjoy its freedom. So no need to rush or forcing yourself, as we have our time in this moment to enjoy and be together in this place. Continue to observe. Allow your mind to stay and maintain it inside ourselves by lightly imagine the sun shine inside where you place your mind. Let the sun, the cooling sun, fill in the mind and body, make you feel peace and enjoy the silence in this moment. As the time flies by, should your mind wandering out or the sun disappear, you can always conjure the sun back to yourself at any time when your mind wandering out. Or should your thought arise, don't worry. It is the nature of our mind to be thinking and wandering. Instead, become friend, remain calm, and be neutral to all experience that the mind playing out. Observe, be friend without forcing yourself. Or if you like, you could recite the mantra to calm your mind and allowing yourself to find inner peace. And the mantra is Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Samma Arahang. Continue recite the mantra until the mind is calmed down, or the mantra slowly fade away by itself. You can choose your own mantra if you found yourself more comfortable. So from this moment on, let us find ourselves the time to be with ourselves, be with the present, in silence, in this moment. Continue on until the appropriate time. as our mind gradually come to a standstill, let ourselves rest in this silence while maintain our balance of mindfulness and relaxation within ourselves. As the mind comes to a standstill, peace and joy would arise, fill into our mind. Observe and remain neutral in all experience. Let the mind enjoy itself. Let ourselves observe silently without react to any experience. Continue to observe, become friend with our mind. As the mind enjoy its freedom, it would eventually come to rest as we progress to observe inside ourselves. Sometimes fast, sometimes short. That depends on how we handle our mind. Should the sun disappear, reimagine it back. Should the mind begin to think all things that concern with people, animal, or all kinds of the matters that we encounter in our daily life, we can recite the mantra at our pace to make ourselves be calm and peaceful as we progress. Continue on to observe as the joy arises. We would feel open, accept, love with kindness that come to our mind once it becomes still or enjoy its inner peace. So sharing this feeling of our loving kindness when the mind open up to all the positivity. Sharing this peaceful feeling to the people that we love, beginning with yourself, family, and friends. Open to all, sharing your love and peace with everyone, from your home from this place to your home, your neighbor, your neighborhood, your town, your state, your country, and eventually the whole world, making this world as small as it inside ourselves. Once we open our mind as wide and far, reaching the sky and the ocean, until eventually the whole world, sharing love and kindness with them all, a feeling reaching everyone, every beings to be free from all kinds of suffering they may experience. For those who happy, may they be happier, more and more without end, sending love and kindness in this moment until the appropriate time. Take a deep breath. Slowly breathe, think it out. Allow the mind to rest inside. Maintain your balance between mindfulness and relaxation. As we nearly come to the end of our meditation, as the mind stays inside, let it stay, let it be within ourselves as long as we can, and continue on after the meditation, so we can be with inner peace everywhere we go. Sappha Puttha Nupavena, Sappha Dhamma Nupavena, Sappha Sankha Nupavena, Sattha Soti Bhavantu Te. You can now slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. Hope it wasn't too long for you. Well, it's a third day session. Sometime once in a while, longer meditation wouldn't kill anyone, right? So, before we begin, does anyone need a break? Toilet? Stretching a little bit? All right. Well, let's give us a little break, about 5 minutes, then we will resume. Okay? For those who are watching in Zoom, well, take a little break and we will resume in 5 minutes. Thank you very much for staying with us. maybe it's a time. Well, as before we begin, allow me to give you a little bit of tip before we begin with our session. So let me check how are you progressing. Today we meditate quite a while, longer than usual, but usual for those who come on every Thursday. So which is about 40 to 45 minutes. So does anyone, not throughout the whole thing, at some point in time, on and off is fine. Does anyone feel relaxed at least? Okay, good. Now, as we meditate quite some time, anyone at some point in time experience something like time fly by very fast or feeling like your body light? Good. Now last one, does anyone feel enjoy or happy, feeling brightness inside? Okay, good. If you at least found some of that, please don't worry that you have done wrong or is it not, why is it so short? Because it gradually experience longer and longer when you do this. That is why sometimes people meditate longer. They enjoy it because when they found this, they want it to continue. But to continue, you're gonna have to spend some time, right? So that is how it's gradually come. And the same thing for those who are just starting to. Sometimes we experience, sometimes we don't, which is common, up and down. So don't take it to account that you're not progressing. It did change every time. As our master always, not always, once mentioned that practice meditation is like using a fist hitting the ground. Every time you meditate, your hand hit the ground. It may not experience at some point, but as we hit the ground, something always there. So that's as you meditate, you just keep practicing. The mind itself adjusting itself, and eventually we will come to progress. Okay, keep practicing, don't give up. And today, I like to share something which I have taught in my online session. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a while, and I digging it out in my collections of the, PowerPoint presentation. It's quite outdated, but it's just in the beginning. But I think you may get the sense of what I'm trying to say. I got this from one of the articles that I found long time ago, and it's quite interesting because it's also in fact related to our mind as we progress in meditation. So it has some good analogy with the chili, like I mentioned earlier in the beginning. The chili itself have a lot and rich in vitamin C. So if you have cold, it's a good source of vitamin C. And it's also good for the mind too for today. Let's take a look. Oh, just a little bit of warning. Sometimes my translation are not quite properly yet. If you be so kind at the end, come and suggest. Maybe it can help for the better presentation next time, okay? It's quite long too, but anyway, we got like 25 minutes. Hey, we got time, so let's go. Number one, I am sure when you are tasting chili, you know what it's like, right? Our master once said that when he was in university, some foreigner asked him, "How hot is chili? Can you explain how hot is the chili?" It's very hot. But how hot? You could not know until you put it into your tongue, chew it out, and you will find out how hot it is. Same thing too. We don't know until we try experiencing it. So that's today. We will talk about that. While comparing chili, it's having some L extra. It's just like suffering, okay? It is, the taste of spice is like heat that burns inside our mind. So as every time we struggle pain through suffering, we are suffer. Just like we taste the chili, it's so hot that we cannot explain. Like that. So compare with this, I think you got understand the point of time to get reaching to. And so by that, since we are all experience suffering in our life, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but it's always change. It's never stay the same like we want. So that we struggle. However, the difference that we experience in suffering in our life is the amount, the intensity, the length, and the depth. Some people just little bit. Some people that little bit, but it feel a lot. Some people have short time. Some people have a long time. Some people not deep. Some people very deep. These are all kind differ in each individual. Same thing, just like when we teach chili. There are many kinds of chili, right? Jalapeno pepper, Thai chili, and all kinds of chilies. Therefore, all kinds of suffering we experience in our life too, just like this. Therefore, there are 7,700 billion people in this world. Thus, each individual has different mind. Thus, therefore, there are 7,700 billion minds. And some unstay in the present or stay with themselves. Mostly, they stay in the past or the future. So when stay with like this, it's easier to understand a little bit now about our suffering. That the mind that lives in the future, it just suffer, which is no different than the tongue that get burns before it tastes the chili. I asked you this earlier, right? Have you ever tried chili? And you said yes. Your mind thinking about chili, how difficult it is, or how hot it is, but you don't even taste it yet. This is just like the mind that stay stuck in the future. That's not even happened yet. What about the past? Oh well, let's go to this one. Forgot. Sometimes we can avoid being suffer. So whatever will happen in the future, it will happen. We tend to mostly stuck in the future as we worry when things not happen. But does it necessary that we need to be suffer before it actually happen? I have this sometime too before I come to the conclusion. For example, with my own experience, before I come to United Kingdom, I live abroad in United States, and I asked the abbot here that can I come. Before I'm gonna ask, should I ask him? Will he accepting me? Will he say no or yes? Worry. Until I call him, yes, come. We got something for you to do. Really? I'm really happy. But then, I don't know anyone aside the abbot. Will they be rejecting me? Will they treat me nicely? Keep me worry until I come. Oh, I should have come here a long time ago before I went there. So it's like that. This is something that happened just like this. I don't even taste the chili, but I feel the heat before I even taste it. Okay? And so, by that, in the next explanation, if a chili will be tasted, can we wait until we taste it? Then we can actually taste its spiciness. So that's just like when I worry, if I put it down and just come, maybe it could turn for the better. So when it's like this, it makes no point to be suffering before it's actually happened. So that's we suffer because we stay in the future, just like that. Same thing too when we meditate. If the thought come about worrying about our future, it would normally disturb and become hindrance. Does everyone understand in this test? Rather than just stay in the future, How about open your eyes, clear the thought about a worry that has not actually happened yet, then close it down again and begin to be with the present. Okay, that's one thing to put. And that's here I like to leave it out. It's quite difficult to see, but let me read it out. Okay, it's easier if it is on the screen with a bigger one. But hey, it was for online presentation. It's not in screen like this. Anyway, it's said in here. Do not be worried before a chili touch the tongue. If it would be taste next month, wait till next month. If it would be taste tomorrow, wait till tomorrow. If it would be taste next hour, wait till next hour. If it would be taste next minute, wait till next minute. And in this minute, stay with the present, because we have not tasted chili yet. Okay, that's one to put. And so the next case. And most of the time, we tend to imagine the taste before we actually taste it. It doesn't make the taste less spicy. Thus, we would repeatedly double the spiciness when it's actually tasted. Now, the next case is when we worry about the future. It's already suffer. So when we taste it and it's not the way we expect, it just gets burned more. So we double the spice. That's therefore everyone see how much our mind been suffer when we only worry about the future that's not happened yet. It is something, if we realize, maybe stay with the present will make us more healthier. Right? And sometimes when we imagine of it taste ahead, we did not actually taste it in the end. So if it doesn't happen like we expect, we just worry for nothing. It's just like we hurt ourselves without any progress. And actually that we thought it would be eating does not actually get eaten. Therefore, we just feeling burned before, and maybe that chili could be not tasty. Not hot at all. Have you ever had that chili that is not spicy at all? It's like that. So therefore, we thought that it's going to be spicy, but when we taste, it's just plain. Therefore, this is the case just like that. Now, this time, sometimes our mind creates a false chili that makes spicy taste in our lives. Thus, when we create such imagination from the own experience that whether worry about the past or the future, sometimes we jump into the problem or happy before facing the actual problem. This is the suffering in the thin air, not actually happening, but our mind already suffer. Just like the chili that is not tasty, but not hot, but already burned in our tongue. Thus, when it happy repeating like this, remember, stay in the present will be a safe zone for you. And if in our analogy, if you feel that it's too hot, don't try the chili. Okay, simply just that. And if the mind is suffer, if a chili tastes spicy, allow it to taste first, because we don't know it yet whether it's going to be tasty, chili, very hot or not. It could not be. Therefore, let it taste first. Prove whether it's hot or not. Sometimes we were told the false information without knowingly. So we expect beforehand, but without expectation, and go ahead and try to prove it. Maybe it could be better than become expecting. And that's when a chili touch our tongue. If it's gonna be spicy, let it be. So our suffering in our mind, in what we expect is gonna be hot, can be easily end and quickly swallow it down. If it just burn our tongue, rather than just let it stay in the tongue, swallow it or get it out from the tongue. Why? Why should we struggle to let the spiciness burn our tongue, right? When we can choose to just take it out or just swallow it. So that way it just ends. This is something that we should do rather than just hold on to the burn that making ourselves suffer. Due to this situation, when people facing the same problem, they're suffering differently because sometimes they hold and they repeat it by make it suffer already to their expectation, tasting it, double it, the tasting by not swallowing it down in quick. Some people, when they realize that they suffer through the spiciness of the chili, they swallow or drink water or get it out from the mouth. So it's different, quicker, faster, depend on each individual. Thus, realizing this, simply, some people chew a chili very, very long and very true. Have you tried that? Some suck it, the juice, and try not to swallow. Enjoy the spiciness of the, chili. Thus, it stays spicy in the tongue until it gets numb and unable to taste anything else. There are some other flavor aside from chili that we eat with our, but we just stay with the spiciness and we forgot the other flavor. Likewise, the mind that has been suffered for too long, it would unable to be happy that happened in that moment. If only acknowledged but unable to feel, it only acknowledged but it unable to feel happiness. It's know that if it let it go of the chili, it could stop the burn in the tongue. But it just hold on to it. They know that if we do let it go, it's fine. But it just doesn't let it go. That is why sometimes we suffer, just like tasting a chili in our mouth. Number 16. So some people chew a chili so fast, quick to swallow and drinking water after. They would taste less spicy, thus their suffering is shorter. That could be another solution, everyone. And we know that we suffer, rather than just stay with it, we let it end fast, just like you taste water and swallow it down. Some people who is being careful, these are another type of people, can choose the amount of chili to eat or choose not to taste it at all. This is so cool. Why? Because you carefully, you know that it already experienced like. So then you choose not to taste it or just taste in a less amount that you won't feel suffer. We can choose. In this case, we can choose if we choose to stay with the present more. But most of us, hardly. That is why we come to meditate. It helps us to stay and find inner peace better than worry in the future or the past. But some people are very pitiful indeed. They chew a chili very long, very true, and swallow it down. Imagine how that would last. Not only in the tongue, but it's going to stomach too. But they don't realize. They thought that a chili was still in their mouth. Thus, they still taste the spiciness, feel the pain, and burn with their imaginary chili as well. This even no more than triple. This is why this is the imaginary suffering that increasing the actual experience that one already tastes. So sometimes we stuck in the past now. Worry about the future not enough, stuck in the past, and feel pain in the present. Thus they could not find happiness at all time when they taste the chili. Imagine how would that be suffering would feel like. Number 19. The imaginary suffering which never exits can affect so much to the mind, some to the worst case of making they feel suffer and feel unfortunate all their life. Therefore, every time when we are suffer, like our tongue that burn from a chili, try to remain calm and consider on a chili. What to consider here? Simply, whether a chili is actually touch our tongue or not. In other words, whether it's happened yet or not, or our own imagination. If it's not, then you don't have to imagine ahead if it is test, or it test, because we don't even there yet. It is something we need to realize. That is why stay with the present. Do not worry about the future or too much concern of the past which cannot be fixed. Or if it, oops, I'm pressing too fast, my bad. Go back. Okay, good. Or if it was a taste, a chili that was, or we already ate, if it was in the past, we could not do anything like I mentioned. Let it be, let it go. Don't recall of the taste again. Why? When we are in the present, nothing happened. We only make it painful when we recall it or we try to think about what's going to happen. So when we just stay like this, we don't feel anything just yet. Why just not stay like this? Be with the present and do something better for the future. So by this, or if it is still in our mouth, if we know we are suffering in this moment, hurry up to swallow it or take it out from the mouth. Don't let it stay in our mouth for too long, otherwise we will feel suffer further. So if we realize this, instead of stay and make our tongue suffer, our life suffer, get rid of it by not thinking about it. Remain calm and be with the present. It already passed. Future has not happened just yet. The best present in life that we can actually own is our present. So if we happy in this moment, my teacher once told me, do what you feel happy most. Use your feeling. If you feel happy at that moment, do it. If you are not feeling comfortable, try not to repeat or do it, because otherwise it's just going to create chain of unhappiness more and more. Use your feeling to gauge. But how can we know whether it's good or not? In this case, we can talk in different matter. But one thing is, in Buddhism, it consider what is good is that both sides must be happy. If you can do something that you are happy and the other happy too, that's a good win. But if you are not happy, but making other happy, it will not be a win-win situation neither. You don't have to be a hero. Everyone can be happy. So everyone can find happiness for their own space. This is good enough to start with. Okay? 25. Let the past that was remain in our mind go. Recall our thought that attached with the future to return to the present. So in other words, if we realize we are dig ourselves in the past, let it be. We cannot do anything. Right now we are here. If we are stuck in the future, bring it back. Be with the present, because the future has not yet certain. So if you are reading any novel, it's like some prophecy, some prediction. It may be happen, but it could not happen neither. What's gonna happen is how you choose to be like that. So if you make it, you choose like what they say, then you will be just like that. But if you find, hey, there is another way that I can approach, then there could be another way. So we just have to stay in the present, so that way we can determine our future. Okay? All right, we're almost there, everyone. Because there are many flavors waiting for us to try in our life. Oops, sorry. Where is the picture? Okay. I think the picture is gone. Do not let the spicy flavor in the past, or one that has not tried just yet, or one that does not even exist, ruin our flavor in our lives. In other words, my point is, the whole point in here is be with the present. Let yourself be enjoy with actually happening right now. And so everyone, that's the point for today. And it just ends at the right time. I'm just like reading the column out to you. But I think you can get the point of what I'm trying to say. However, to do that, practice meditation can help you stay with the present more. So that's everyone. Thank you very much. Before we end our session today, is there anyone have questions or anything you like to consult or asking? Now would be the good time.
That's really interesting. Thank you. I've read quite a lot of Buddhism in the past, and I think your website there's quite a lot of things in there around being present to one, attachment, some teachings in the past, impermanence, everything is impermanent, and so it's suffering out if you don't find and so it's about staying well and violence.
That is something that could be discussed for a long time, because one thing that point out in our life is that nothing is permanent. It's always change. That is why it's always suffer. When we want it nothing to change, but it's change. That's we begin to worry past or future that is come. So thank you for sharing. All right. If not, maybe the time.
Moving together in respect to our Shima, not around 3 times. Bow. Bow. Bow.
Before we part, allow me to give you the blessing. By the power of the positivity or merits that you had done through the practice of meditation on this gathering and listen to the wisdom talk, may you find yourself inner peace in your life. May all your wishes come true. May all the obstacles in life be gone and find yourself success easily. Whenever you have time to practice meditation, may you attain inner peace without delay until we all reach everlasting happiness, nirvana, very, very soon.